Another season, another year with the Toronto Blue Jays get swept in the American League wildcard round. That's 3 times in a row, 2020, 2022, and of course this year, 2023, to the Minnesota Twins. First of all, congratulations to the Twins for winning this series, winning their first playoff series since 2002. I understand the frustration when it comes to that, being a Toronto sports fan. This is my very first Jays hat. I had that since I was a baby. I was born in 1993. Obviously, I do not remember the World Series, but gives you a little bit of context. I have not seen that much success with this ball club, and oh boy, not much has changed this year. After a whole lot of optimism heading into the season, it all comes down to 1 run scored and over 2 games, and our starting pitcher being taken out after only 45 pitches today. Barrios was having a game, didn't see past the 3rd inning. I don't know why. If I had to guess, it's the guys upstairs, Atkins and Shapiro. Shatkins, as they're lovingly known as, telling Schneider, our push-button manager, to take our boy out. There it goes, I guess. Just a pathetic way to end the season, really. Bo Bichette being the only runner to score. I've been tough on him in the past, but, I mean, he was our MVP this season, no doubt about it. He hit over 300, 315, I believe, off the top of my head. OPS over 800, all-star numbers. Vlad, on the other hand, his worst season since his rookie year. I really thought he was going to have a better season, but that ain't it, Chief. Our pitching staff was good despite our ace deciding to throw a hissy fit, Alek Manoah. But Gosman, Bassett, Barrios, and Kikuchi all kind of acted like number 2s. The problem there is we didn't have a real number 1, so we're behind the 8 ball, especially in game 1 here of the playoffs. Put us in a difficult spot. Not to any of those guys' detriment, though. I mean, they all did their jobs. They got us here. But I mean, 89 wins on the season. I'd be loving that if I was a kid. I mean, we're the perennial 3rd place team in the American League East. But now this year, I've never seen this much despair, negativity, just all that in one big salad around this team. Like a winning ball club, and there's so much negativity around it. Like, what is this? I mean, the lack of offense certainly doesn't help. We gave up way too much in the offseason, trading our number 1 prospect, Gabriel Moreno, and Lourdes Gurriel Jr. to Arizona to get Dalton Varsho, a fantastic fielder who can't hit over 220 and is somehow starting in our playoff lineup every day. I don't get that. That made absolutely no sense to me. Once again, another mistake here by Shatkins, overplaying their hand. I don't know what it is. We're going to have a bunch of free agents in the offseason. It's very doubtful that Kevin Kiermaier, Chapman, Merrifield, and Belt come back in the offseason. I mean, we got to do a lot to address the needs of this ball club, which is scoring. Oh my God. We talked about this on the podcast all year. Gave up too much offense for not enough defense. And fielding, I wish I had it here in my hands, but the book Moneyball basically flat out says fielding is under 10% of the game. Most of the game is the matchup between the batter and the pitcher. I mean, that's just general logic, right? Shapiro and Atkins decide to say, screw that to logic and do whatever they did. Man, the Barrios thing. I know we didn't score a run today, so taking Barrios out of the game and Kikuchi getting thrown in there, allowing those 2 runs that made the difference, didn't end up making a big difference in the game since we didn't score. That's still so frustrating. I mean, you could have had maybe the team rally around Barrios, but I mean, that's also part of the problem when this team just looks like they don't have a heartbeat half the time. Whose team is this? Bo or Vladdy's? We still don't know. Springer had a fallback here. Kirk, terrible start to the season, kind of got better as it went on, but I mean, he's a singles hitter who is not that consistent, so he hasn't been that valuable. I know he's a good catcher, though, so I mean, I guess that maybe that evens out. Biggio, terrible start, fantastic finish. Davis Schneider, amazing start when he got called up, but went deathly silent with his bat. Kiermaier, I mean, he had a great season as our number 9 hitter. Stole some bases. Too bad he won't be back. Who am I missing? Merrifield, strong start. kind of fell off at the end with the bat. Again, doubt he'll be back. Chapman, fantastic start. Batting 240 by the end of the year, despite being player of the month in, was it April or May? Early on, just hitting the cover off the ball. Fell back down to earth hard. Bullpen solid. I mean, we'll see if those guys can come back the same way they do next year. Romano's claim as the closer of this team has to be in doubt, though, after the way he finished the season. But I mean, the big one for me is Alek Manoah. He had that big hissy fit. Can he rebound? Can he figure things out? I mean, we've talked about this before. It all starts with just him losing the weight, buddy. But I don't know. Jays, it's looking bleak right now, but I don't know. Maybe they can get something done during winter meetings to alleviate some of these issues. Maybe get some hitting in there to help out Vladdy and Bo. But I don't know. There's something just looks rotten with the core of this team. That's my initial observation, I guess, at the end of the season. This Blue Jays wake that I'm conducting here right now. I mean, the best I can say is that hockey season is right around the corner. So go Leafs go, I guess. It's actually going to be a big weekend for us at the House That Happens. We're going to be recording 2 shows on Saturday. The first of which is going to be our regular show. It's going to be a lot of baseball, a lot of football talk. But then right after that, it's going to be an all hockey preview show. It's going to be debuting either a day or two later. We haven't quite figured that out yet. But either way, both those shows, we're going to have a couple special guests here. Some guests that you've heard from before on the House That Happens. So we're very excited about that. But for myself, Andrew Milani, Cruz, and the rest of us at the House That Happens, I want to say thank you. Give us a like, give us a follow. New episodes every weekend, recorded live from Shuey's Bar and Grill in Etobicoke. Keep the vibe alive.